It's the Bro Show. It's Lucas and Jacob.
Oh my gosh, we're in a new location for this episode.
We're road tripping and we're ranting. My name's Lucas.
My name's Jacob, and this is the I shouldn't say that. I should have got too much in a trance.
Started getting hypnotized.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just looked at you. I'm not going to look at you for the rest of the podcast because we're on a interstate and I got to look forward and have my eyes on the road. But we always are in the middle of conversations while driving, so this is safe.
Yeah, so we were, like you said, we already drove to the location we're driving away from to get home, and we were chatting the whole time. So I just feel like, just act like there's not a camera.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Because you know how, when you're talking to someone, usually when you're driving, you don't look at them. It's more you just looking at the road.
I actually remember when I first got my driver's license, I had 5 people in the car with me, and then I realized I was looking in the back seat at the person talking, and I was like, shit, oh my God! I didn't realize at that point, you can't really look in the back seat for too long.
Yeah, because then you end up not seeing the road, he might kill you or someone else.
You wreck!
What was I...
Please, God, keep us safe.
Yeah, please. But we don't even have a tripod or anything because we didn't put enough thought into this. So if you're watching the video form, I'm literally just holding the camera with my hand. It's so it might be a little bit wiggly, but I'm not sure.
Wiggly diggly.
But basically we were driving for 7 hours today, so we thought might as well do the podcast. Because when we were driving 7 hours to the location we went to, we just played music, chatted. We didn't even listen to a podcast. Isn't that weird to think about?
I know that is. You would have thought we'd have had to break it up.
Yeah, something that I realized about these road trips is that sometimes I'm just fine with doing nothing. Usually we drive half and half, and when you're driving, sometimes I'm literally just listening to music, looking out the window.
Visualizing yourself in a music video.
Yeah, for hours on end.
I know. But we actually have to announce something really big. So last week, we did the annual Bro Beauty Pageant, and we had you guys comment who you thought should be the winner. This doesn't sound right. Who you think should be the winner, but it was thought because it was in the past. Who you thought should be the winner.
Yeah.
I think that's right. So let's see who won between Jacob and I in the Bro Beauty Pageant.
So we just said comment who you think won and like those comments or something like that. And I found 3 comments that were in the top.
Okay.
This is 13 likes, and it said, Proud Team Miss Maryland. So
that was
you.
me.
The next one has 11 likes, and it says Miss Nevada, heart emoji.
That's Jacob.
And then the next one is Miss Maryland with 11 likes. So if we do the math, you actually won by a ton. And I did look at 30 comments in the top, and those are the ones I saw that were voting. So yesterday when I looked, because I was curious, I was winning, but then something happened where I don't know if you rigged it,
but
you
I
hired
feel
a billionaire to pay you off or something.
I feel like you got more votes though. Not maybe you didn't get the most liked comment, but more individual people commented Miss Nevada. Because I thought a lot of people were throwing shade at Miss Maryland, because I did say that Maryland was the home of the lobster, and apparently it's the home of crabs. So I kind of just came off as a fraud, a lot of people said. No, Miss Maryland flopped. But I'm glad I won still. It just shows sometimes frauds win. Thank you guys so much. This win isn't just for me, Miss Maryland. It's for all of you. And I'm excited for this year, holding the title and seeing what I can do and how much money I can make and how many grifts I can go on to make this year very lucrative. A lot of people commented on last week's podcast saying they actually are in the beauty pageant world. I think Miss Nebraska, a former Miss Nebraska, commented, and if you're listening again, we want to have you on the podcast. We got to interview her.
I know. I was surprised that there was a few pageant girls that watch this listen or watch this podcast. I was I just love realizing that there's a bunch of different people that listen to this podcast. I always just think it's only a bunch of Joe Rogan people, but it's actually way more than that.
It's all different types, you know?
Yeah. So we did a survey last week for the rants.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be reading all of the bro community rants. I'm ready to get mad. That's one of the best pastimes if you have a 6-hour plus road trip. You get mad and talk about stuff and get so heated.
Oh yeah, and it's something where it's like, maybe you don't care about it that much, but like you have so much free time, so we're gonna like fully express ourselves and like actually just get so mad and
even about the most petty, stupid stuff, act like it's the biggest deal, because it is.
In my mind, this is a throwback. Because I remember when I was younger, I'd always be watching people rant on YouTube.
Oh, this is a Jenna Marbles.
Yeah, now I don't really see people do rant videos. Maybe that's more on TikTok, but...
Yeah, I do love a good rant. Like when Jenna Marbles would just complain about her neighbor. And it was just, she'd rant for not hours, the videos were only like 20 minutes, but it would just be talking all this shit about her neighbor and like, I just love it. Something about it brings me home.
Okay, so these are the questions we asked before though.
Oh, first of all, we had to just take the temperature of the audience, ask them general questions before we get to the rants.
Yeah, see what you guys were feeling. So the first question is, how many hot dogs do you have a year? Because this question kind of originates from when I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Lisa Rinna and Erica Jane, I think, said, I only have one hot dog a year on the 4th of July. And that's when I realized, like, oh, like, everyone's different.
Yeah, I feel like I did used to have hot dogs way more. Like, as a child, they were always in the fridge. You put them in the microwave, you had to stick forks through them or they'd blow up. But honestly, in the last year, have I had a hot dog? I mean, I probably have, but...
That's the thing, is that what are we counting as hot dogs? Are we counting legit only hot dogs, or are we counting bratwurst? Those don't count, I don't think, right?
That's a hot dog shape, but yeah, I'm talking about a red hot dog.
Yeah, so like Lucas said, when we were younger, I feel like I probably had 4 a week on average.
Yeah, they were always
You boil them, you grill them, you microwave them, you do whatever. But now, I feel like okay, is this a lie? But is it just one for me this year? In the past 365 days, not just 2025, I'm talking about the last 365 days.
Honestly, probably. I feel like I'm under 3 for sure. But what about the bros? Are they more of like are they hot dog eaters, hot dog munchers?
So the one with the most votes is 2 to 5.
Oh, that's like in our range.
Yeah, like I would believe that would probably be me in the last 365 days.
Yeah.
And then this tied 6 to 10 and 1. So those both had 20%.
All right.
There was a bunch of categories. And
Very interesting.
Yeah, so number 1 had 30%. The one with 2 to 5 had 30%. And then 20% was people that said 1 and 6 to 10. Which is kind of interesting that was tied. Like, does that mean something if we were doing a science project?
I feel like it does. I don't know what yet.
And then the one that's after that had 13%. Is 11 to 20. So these are the people where it is kind of like a way of life, you know?
Oh, so there's 11% of the listeners right now are like, they are hot dog people.
This is 13% of the people that voted.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm happy for them.
And then these ones are out pretty small. So 21
Oh, yeah, I love how there's more options. I thought there was only going to be 3 options, but there's an option for 21.
21 to 50. So it's people that they don't know if they had anywhere from 21 to 50. That's 5% of the audience.
Oh.
Even though not everyone voted in this, I'm just gonna act like it's the entire audience. These people are getting crazy.
But
that's well, actually, no, that's not even crazy. That's only 2 a month.
Yeah, really?
No, it's like
casual.
4 a month, I think.
Yeah, if you're like a griller, like I'm picturing these people have a grill. They're always on the deck grilling. They live in a climate where they can even grill in the winter. Like, that seems normal. But is there an option above that?
Then 51 to 100 is 4.2%.
Oh, those people live for hot dogs.
And then the last one is this one has 5.8, so a little bit more than the 51 to 100. It's so many, I don't know, exclamation marks, explanation mark. So these people are it's like, I wish I could count, but I don't think I can count that high.
Oh, they aren't even keeping track, because there'd be no way.
Yeah, so it seems like what I realize is that most people don't really fully F with hot dogs. It's more just, if it's there, like, it kind of seems like hot dogs kind of fall off in this bro show world that we live in.
Yeah, but then imagine like these people who work at a water park. They work at Worlds of Fun. They're going to be having hot dogs a lot because it's just around. But I feel like I'm not in these hot dog environments enough. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so that's very interesting. I didn't really know what to expect from that. Now the next question. If the bro show became a country, should we do tariffs or not? So it's kind of asking, like, should, like, yeah, we just want to, because I feel like it is a question where I'd have to think about it if I became, like, the president of the bro show country.
Oh, yeah, because tariffs are a very hot topic right now. This is a relevant
We're probably going to
question.
title this podcast Our Opinions on Tariffs.
Oh, yeah, so what do they think?
So 70% said no and 30% said yes. So I feel like if we're starting a country, guys, we shouldn't do tariffs right now because we don't know if we have enough money for that.
Yeah, so, okay, but, oh, yeah.
So I agree with the majority.
Oh, same. I feel like we should not be tariffing the bros in our country.
Okay, then the next one. Who relates more to thick people? So I don't really know what this question was asking. It could be asking who relates more. I was kind of in like a bodily sense, but I was picturing more in an emotional sense.
Okay.
44% Jacob, 55% Lucas.
Oh, so I'm more of a thick person.
Yeah, you have more of their vibe down, or you just relate to them more, I guess.
I can see that.
Congrats.
I could completely see that.
I mean, I feel like I'm not surprised, you know?
Oh,
like,
neither.
Like, I'm not, like, mad or anything, you know?
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't be.
Okay, now the last question we were curious about is, do they/them poop? Now, 60% said yes, 40% said no.
You're talking
This
about
is
like people who are,
pretty
those are
close.
the people who those are, that's their pronouns?
Non-binary people, do they poop? Because a lot of people say women don't poop. And I know men poop. But then it made me curious, do they/them poop? Like, I'm curious now, I don't know.
And the majority said no.
The majority said yes, but there's still a 40% that says no.
Oh,
So I'm just getting curious,
undecided.
is that actually non-binary people saying they don't poop? Or is it just people that are not non-binary guessing?
I do know a non-binary person or two, so we could do I could use a lifeline, like if this is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I could call them, phone a friend.
Yeah, I think you should, and ask them, do you poop?
Yeah, but I don't want to put them on the spot.
Yeah, that might make them uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't want them to have to, and also that's a lot of pressure. They have to answer for the whole entire they/them community. Like, I don't want to, that's a lot of pressure. Like, even if someone said, do gays do this? I'd be like, I don't know if I can answer for all gays, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna say that I do agree with the majority, though. I just picture them to poop.
Yeah, I mean, something would have to happen. Waste has to be excreted somehow.
Yeah, I just don't believe they would not poop.
Yeah, but then 40% of people do believe that.
I know.
We're learning a lot.
It makes you confused with the world and, like, dynamics and geometry.
Especially geometry.
Okay, now let's get to the rants. Should we start out this rant part of the episode with both of us doing a little rant? So we can, like, fully get the energy
Oh, if
going?
you have one, rant. But I feel like my rant, the ranting part of my system, of my nervous system, isn't activated yet. But if yours is already activated, let it out. Let's let it rip. But I feel like as the show it continues, I'll have some rants. You know how mine I can't really conjure up on purpose. They more come to me. I can't force it.
Okay, my rant is at these hotel breakfasts that they give you for free. They always need to have a banana. So we were going to the hotel breakfast we were at today. We wanted a banana. We didn't want anything else. We just wanted a banana. And they didn't have a banana. I feel like every continental hotel breakfast should have apples and bananas whole. Not an apple and banana fruit salad. I'm talking about they should have whole bananas and whole apples. And to further prove this point, it's like it's not expensive. Like, eggs are more expensive. Like, they had eggs at this breakfast buffet. They don't have apples and bananas. Like, that's so stupid. And, like, I was just about to say, like, I think even, and this isn't just, like, a U.S. thing. I think even, like, in Australia and stuff, like, they had bananas at the breakfast buffet. So it just is very stupid. Dumb.
I know, I kind of thought bananas and apples were a given. I didn't know that was even a question at a breakfast buffet at a hotel, but now thinking of this, did the other hotel with the breakfast buffet have bananas on this trip? I think this might be
interesting. That didn't either. But we didn't kale that day because we didn't want a banana that day.
But I think this might be only applying to this particular part of the country, which we won't name. Something about this part of the country, they don't like bananas at a breakfast buffet.
I think this part of the country is more of a fixins type country. They'd rather have a gravy than bananas.
Oh, because there's always those biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, so that's
which
what
I'm not a fan of. That is. I know there might be people out there, I love a good biscuit and gravy moment for breakfast. It tastes good, but I don't want that in the morning.
I think you have to choose either or. Biscuits or biscuits and gravy or bananas. And I don't like hate biscuits and gravy, but I actually do think I would rather have bananas.
Yeah, for sure.
And like bananas are one of those fruits though, where, like I don't consider it a fruit. Like if I was becoming a fruit scientist, I would just say, yeah, guys, you can act like it's a fruit, but I would do a Donald Trump saying, like, I don't care if Google doesn't change Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. And, like, I would just say, oh, you guys have to change all the textbooks. Like, banana isn't a fruit. It's just
What do you consider it? Like a grain?
Oh, no, I would make a own category. It's like food that makes you feel good would be the category.
Okay.
Because bananas are these types of food where, like, it just does it. Like, you know this food where you just snap your finger and it's like, okay.
You used to be it's so crazy hearing you
bananas used to make my stomach hurt.
I know, you're going off so hard, but I remember a time kind of recently where you were acted like your stomach got into knots from bananas.
This was by a time recently, you mean like plus 5 years ago, but yeah, literally like maybe even 4 years ago, but I don't know the science behind this, but they actually used to hurt my stomach. Like I would eat a banana and be like, oh, it hurts my stomach, but then somehow, some way, I eat bananas now and I love them, but...
Your microbiome has evolved.
There's been times where I have like 2 bananas a day.
Okay,
I'm getting confused now.
Just shows like, don't ever label yourself because, I mean, you can label yourself, but you might change. Like now you're a banana person.
I know, because it's like...
Yeah, be willing to change is the lesson.
That is the thing, is like, you always can say, okay, I'm never gonna get married, I'm never gonna have kids, but like, you never know. And this banana story I'm telling you is like a story of you never know.
I gotta say, this is the opposite of a rant, but I love bananas. They're not my favorite fruit taste-wise, but they're my favorite fruit maybe just overall because they're so easy. Like, throw one in your backpack, you aren't gonna get messy, eat it anywhere.
And they don't get rotten.
They don't really get rotten that quick, and they don't make you sticky. Like, imagine I love pineapple, but cutting up a pineapple and putting it in a Ziploc bag, you can't travel with that. Apples are annoying, the juices fall in your hand. This is the one fruit where you can just eat it, and it's satisfying, and it's just no hassle.
I know, okay, and bananas never do get rotten, because even when they're totally black and stuff, I still eat them.
Oh, that's when they're the best.
Yeah, like that's how you make banana bread with that. And also, just little deals with Lucas and Jacob. I started bringing bananas to the airport because people always try to spread this propaganda I realized. You can't bring any food through TSA, but that's literally propaganda.
Oh, yeah,
you can bring food through TSA. It just has to be like prepackaged or something?
Yeah, I don't really know the logistics. Like, I know if you tried to put a lasagna through, they would get mad. But why do they not care about a banana? I think maybe it's just gross. Like, I feel like they're just like, we don't want that slop in here. Whereas the banana is more cute, like I was saying, so that's allowed.
So it's more just a cute versus gross.
Yeah.
But, ooh.
Quick shout out to DraftKings, this podcast sponsor. The great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with code LucasJacob and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only the most rewarding place to play. DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured scheduled game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends April 27th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. ET.
Back to the pod!
Okay, this is the first rant from you guys, and we didn't even pick these before, so it's actually just, I'm just gonna read it, and if you guys said something problematic, you guys are getting canceled, not us.
Yeah, we'll inform your workplace that you said it.
Chick-fil-A should be open on Sundays. I get it's a religion thing, but like, you are one of the most popular fast food chains in America. Please let me know if this is offensive, but literally every Chick-fil-A I've gone to is packed. Imagine it on weekends. Like, actually, I just picked the second reply. I don't know if these are recent or the first replies, but it's kind of interesting because we just had Chick-fil-A for lunch, and it's just a weekday, and it was so effing busy.
Yeah.
Like, so busy.
We were forced to eat there because we were on our road trip. Otherwise, we wouldn't support a homophobic place.
But it made me feel good eating there because Lucas was talking about how he used to go to this other Chick-fil-A where he lived in LA, and he was saying the manager of it was gay and stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
this
he
is kind of
never-
like a gay place now.
He never said he was gay, but like you could just tell. He was that, like probably like us, like you can just tell you're gay from looking at you. So he might not be gay, but he didn't even know he was gay, but he was gay. And he owned a Chick-fil-A, which I thought was kind of ironic, you know, because everyone always says they're homophobic, but yeah, this one
So do you, I think first we should get into, do you think it's problematic for someone to say this?
I mean, I don't think it is, but I could see somebody saying like, oh, like that's their religion. No, like that's their day of rest.
Yeah, I don't think it is problematic.
But I could see somebody trying to make it problematic, you know?
For sure. And like crying over it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it is a private organization, so they should be able to do what they want to do. But also, I do get what you're saying of maybe they should be forced to be open.
I don't know if I read this somewhere, but I remember hearing that them being closed on Sunday is sort of beneficial to them because we like what we can't have. The heart grows fonder when there's distance. So, therefore, there's certain days where we've all experienced wanting Chick-fil-A, but we aren't able to get it because it's closed, which just makes it a little bit more exclusive, I think. It's not always available.
Yeah,
It's a busy woman, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, I think the exclusivity aspect of it being closed on Sunday actually makes them do better because it goes to the whole thing of like this whole story, like Subway isn't doing good because they have too many locations or some shit.
Yeah, I think if you're too open, you're too available, people start to lose interest where Chick-fil-A, I do feel like the being closed on Sunday helps them somehow. But it is crazy how much profit they're probably losing from not being open on Sunday because Sundays are fast food days. They're closed on like the #1 fast food
Think
day.
about how many, okay, so since it's like a Christian place, think about how many Christians would go there after church.
That would be the go-to after service meal, you know?
Okay. Also, what's the reasoning for old people liking ice cream so much? I just thought about ice cream because we're talking
I
about
think because
Chick-fil-A.
their mouth, they don't have teeth.
Oh, okay, because that'd be a whole, like, I kind of want to know, like, why do old people, like, love ice cream so much? Like, every old folks home has an ice cream machine. Just, it's kind of interesting.
I think it's because they don't have teeth.
Yeah.
They're gum mouths. Pure gum.
Okay, yeah, so, I actually totally get that, man. Like, to be honest, I like Chick-fil-A, but I never think about Chick-fil-A. Like, I honestly, I know we just said we ate it, but I actually think that was my first time eating it in the last, like, 3 months.
I know, I was so wowed when I had the spicy deluxe sandwich. I was just thinking, like, since I haven't had this in a long time, it is hitting so hard. You know?
Yeah.
Slam effing dunk.
It was so good. Not to sound like a nerd, but there's a street party outside my apartment, and I have pages and pages of revision to do, but it's like, whatever. Otherwise, I guess I could rant about my situationship, but I better not. Like I said, I have a revision to do. So I guess this wasn't really a rant. Like, I feel like, not to like critique this rant, but I feel like you're not going in enough.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a mild annoyance. It's not like they didn't go off. Like the rant, they'd have to pick apart the physical appearances of the people at the party, like make it personal. This is more just like a little mild, super, super mild displeasure.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I actually get why you're annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is like annoying.
Next.
Oh my gosh, these are interesting rants. Rant about myself. This wasn't just gonna hate on themselves. Like,
yes, self-loathing.
I hate how I have a normal conversation with someone, but then I play it over and over again in my head. Was I standing weird? Did I look them directly in the eye too long? And I often twist it around enough to make it seem like that person absolutely hates me. Why do I do this to myself? How do I just have a conversation with someone and then move on with my life? Do I need therapy? Okay, relatable.
I mean, that is annoying.
I
It's
sent this in.
It just, what'd you say?
I sent this in.
Oh, Jacob's secret rant.
No.
No, but that does suck, because it's like, why is your brain doing that to you? Why are you're, like, it's weird how, like, we were talking about this the other day, how your body or your mind or whatever, it does these things that it thinks is helping, but it makes everything worse. Like, say, for example, yeah, like, you're in an awkward situation, so you tense up and, like, act all weird. It's like, that's just making the situation way worse. Like, why do our, like, nervous systems do this?
Yeah, like, I'll just say what happened. I'm like, so I was like filming Lucas do something, and I felt awkward in the moment because I thought people were looking at me. Then after filming him, I was like, why does my back kind of hurt? It just hurt for like 5 seconds after. But I was like, it's because I had a crouched back because I thought I could hide myself by not standing up straight. So first of all, that situation proves the theory, for me at least, that if you have better posture, it means that you're confident, because in that situation I wasn't confident. But also, yeah, it proves your other thing that you're saying about my body thought, because I wasn't consciously, like I was unconsciously doing this or whatever, so my body thought, oh, if you have bad posture, you're gonna be safe and no one's gonna see you, but it actually just hurt me. Like, it made me actually hurt
that's weird
physically, so your body doesn't know isn't always effing right.
That's so funny, thinking your body actually thought, okay, I'm gonna hunch down and then maybe I'll be hidden, but it's like, no, everyone still sees you, but they're just seeing you with a hunch. You know? And now you have a back issue. You have a chronic back issue from that one event.
I know, yeah.
Now that is horrible. Also, the day before Jacob's thing, I was in a situation, I'm not gonna get into it too much because it's in Jacob's video, but I was called in front of a group of people. And I immediately got all tense and weird, and Jacob said it seemed like I was in a bad mood, kind of. And the thing is, I didn't even mean to give off that vibe, but I guess my body, to protect myself, made me seem like a mean person?
Yeah, that's another thing, is that, like, you didn't seem like a mean person, more of just, I don't really know how to describe it, but I feel like that's another thing that, another defense mechanism. Like, people that might come off as, like, not mean, but, like, they, like, just, like
above it all.
Yeah, I feel like they're just, like, going through something internally.
And it just sucks, because, like, if I could pick the decision, I would have had, if I'm in front of these people, I want to make the vibe better, but I actually made the vibe worse.
I know.
So it just sucks. So I feel that person who wrote that rant, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, let's just be completely honest, like, even though there's so much evidence that quote isn't true, that quote actually is true most of the time, that people don't think as much as you think about yourself.
Oh, for sure. They're thinking about themselves, being all insecure about their own body and face and personality, you know?
I know, because have you noticed that most people are ugly except for us?
Oh,
People
literally.
actually listening to this?
Only the bro community and us is hot. Everyone else is ugly.
Okay, people don't even listen to what we said. I was just about to read the next one, but it just is advice. We're not doing an advice episode.
Oh, I thought you were saying they're giving advice to us. I was like, we didn't ask. Okay. They wanted us to give them advice.
Okay, so this is someone that works at a hotel. Hotel guests who don't come get what they need from the front desk. Okay.
Oh, because people call down and say, can you bring us some towels? And they're saying you should go down and get the towel. Like,
we literally did something like this in the last 3 days, so you kind of called us out. But especially when, but I totally get it though. But especially when there's only one person working. There's only one person working when we did this. I'm joking, I'm just making it
So
up.
I'm assuming she works at more of like a Ramada Inn type place. So it's like, girl, first of all, this isn't the Four Seasons.
Oh, and this is what she says. My hotel doesn't even have room service otherwise.
Oh, so it's like, we aren't treating you like you're at the Four Seasons when you're paying for the Ramada Inn price. So it's like, come downstairs and get your towel.
No, this shit would be so annoying. Like, people calling down saying like, okay, I got pizza, Uber Eats, and they left it in the lobby. Can you bring it to my hotel room? It's like, yeah, this.
It's like, I'm not your assistant.
So the story that I was saying was we didn't know how to walk something in the room. So we kind of had to call down and had someone come up because we actually didn't know how to do something.
Yeah, no, they had
do that
to teach
thing.
us how to work the shower. And also in our defense, we were in one of the 2 penthouses. So that's kind of the situation where it's like, they have to do whatever we say. You know?
Yeah. But, so is this allowed too for, like, I just would be curious, like, this is probably nice to the hotel because I've done this before. So you need a towel. And you see housekeepers walking the hallway, so you just secretly grab a towel. And I've also, though sometimes if they have water bottles, I just steal a water bottle. But, like, that's allowed, right? Because it's like, I'm technically doing you a favor, so then you don't have to give me more towels.
But I just realized there's a time where I tried to help out the hotel, but then it backfired. So I'm glad this person's saying their opinion, but I guess then it doesn't really apply to every hotel, because one time we ordered pizza at a hotel, and to be nice, you know, usually people leave the shit outside their door. And to me, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that seems rude, because now they're gonna have to, like, this pizza's gonna rot overnight, and then they're gonna, like, someone's gonna have to pick it up tomorrow. So I was like, to be nice, I'm gonna bring it down to the lobby. But then the guy in the lobby was all mad, being like, what? Just leave it outside your room. But, like, you know what I mean? So it just proves, like, sometimes it backfires.
I know, this is the thing about this rant, for example. So totally understand it, but I feel like stuff like this is interesting because it's never, a disclosed. So even with the food thing, like we don't, like there's never a disclosure that says leave your food inside the room or leave your food outside the room. So I just feel like you should, when your boss isn't looking, put up a sign saying, don't call the front desk for stuff that you think this isn't a 5-star hotel.
Oh yeah, it'd be good if you had like a little cunty sign that said, need another towel, ? Go down to the desk and get it, and then a smiley face.
Yeah, and it's really, like, that sign is so shady, but you can disguise it as nice.
That makes me think of at a bar we went to the other night for Jacob's video. People wrote all over the wall in this bar in the bathroom, and one of them, someone was so mad. I saw it in both of the bathrooms in this bar. They only had 2 bathrooms, and it said, "Dear men, do not piss on the fucking toilet seat, and if you do, clean it up.
Okay,
Don't be a man-child." But then I saw people got so mad because they kept in both bathrooms they crossed out part of what that person wrote and like wrote other stuff like making fun of the person writing it.
Oh my gosh, like people got triggered by that.
Yeah,
but I agree with the original person.
They just said, don't be a man-child. Like, if you piss on the toilet, you better wipe that shit up.
Did you see what happened in the Chick-fil-A bathroom?
No.
There was a urinal and then a stall, and I peeked in the stall and there was toilet paper all over the seat, like an actual tornado tore that shit down.
Oh, I'm so happy. I didn't even look at that. I just went straight to the urinal, thank God.
Okay, but why are people defunding, like, why do people get mad when they say don't pee on the toilet seat and stuff?
Just proves no one likes to be told what to do.
Okay. We're gonna look for the next one. Okay. America should be more pastel and cutesy like Japan. Bye, cutie pies. Okay, so this is just saying that...
Say buy it, cutie pies?
Bye, cutie pies. Like, bye to us. So they're just saying that when you walk around, drive around, do whatever in the States, it's not cutie pie enough. It's not cutie patootie enough.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to think of... I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, there isn't that much of a cute vibe in a lot of parts of America.
No, yeah, there is cities where it's like, this is cute!
Yeah, that's the thing, like, kind of where we went for this video that we aren't going to disclose to keep it a mystery. That was sort of a cutie patootie
That
place.
was a cutie patootie
Yeah,
place.
so there are pockets that give that vibe. We never have been to Japan, so I haven't, like, experienced it firsthand, but
from the photos, I think I get what you're saying.
yeah. I want to go to Japan.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I do sometimes wish we did live in a Play-Doh world, which I think is what they're saying. Like, I sometimes do wish, like, you go to Taco Bell and be a Play-Doh vibe. Like, that would be really cool.
Then part of me doesn't want that. Like, I don't want to live in a Lego place. Like, I don't want to live in Lego
No,
land.
okay, that's a really good point. We've been to Orlando where, like, it's literally the theme park capital of the world, basically.
Yeah.
It does get to a point after being there for a few days for me where it's like, I don't really like how it's so much Play-Doh vibes.
I know, because Orlando's more of a Lego land, a faded Lego land, where there's this one strip in Orlando where it's like everything's kind of faded from the sun, but it's trying to be cutie patootie.
Wait,
I feel like Japan isn't like that.
I feel like it wouldn't be either, but we were just in a Legoland place today.
Oh my gosh, for another video that we can't disclose.
And to me, it kind of... Yeah, it's a little bit too much Legoland vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Since you said with a cherry on top, so when I asked this question, I said, like, please, with a cherry on top. I would not like a cherry on top. In fact, I hate maraschino cherries. I do not want them in my milkshakes or my ice cream. I pass it off so quickly to whoever I'm with. That's interesting, because I'm always saying, can I have yours? However, I will be drinking a Shirley Temple with joy. Do you boys like maraschino cherries?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I always pop it in my mouth and then make the classic joke. Popping my cherry! Everyone around me giggles.
Every time I have a cherry, I try to tie it in a knot with just my tongue, like those hot girls do, but I've never been able to. But I'm happy. At first, I mean, my immediate reaction to that rant was anger, because I just thought, you're so wrong. But then I'm happy they don't ask for their stuff without a cherry. They get the cherry and then give it to someone near them.
No.
Because if they were just asking for no cherry, that would be like, okay, death penalty. But they're at least giving it to the people around them, you know?
Because
which is bringing joy to those people.
There's no point of asking for it without a cherry, because someone's gonna want it. Even if you're eating by yourself, the table over, people start bidding.
Oh yeah, they would be freaking out. But I don't get why she then, I'm just gonna assume I'm just gonna call everyone who writes in a she. I'm always picturing this like a woman, you know?
Well, I feel like I might have said this on the podcast, but I don't really care if people call me a she. So I'm just picturing if I'm a listener of this podcast, I don't give a fuck if someone refers to me as a she. There's been times where I'm on the phone calling, like, someone to repair my vehicle. I made up that whole story, but, like, that whole thing, you know? And they start saying she, and it's like, I am not a woman! But I actually don't care.
But you're so pissed.
No, that was not a joke. I don't care.
But I actually don't get why they wouldn't like maraschino cherries, but then they like a Shirley Temple. Because isn't that the same flavor? Is it about the texture then?
I think it has to do with, I kind of get it because they're in a jar and just like all gross and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're just so good. Because like, oh my god, it reminds me of like being in the Wizard of Oz.
And even actual cherries are good.
What's
like
the
cherries,
difference?
Like cherries just like in the produce section.
Oh, but those have seeds, right?
Yeah, and you spit out the seeds.
Oh, so that's always pissed me off. I like the ones that are soaked in syrup. Is that what a maraschino cherry is when it's soaked in syrup?
Yeah, so you actually brought up a good question. I'm not completely sure. Like, I'm just going to assume that maraschino cherries, because they look different than the ones in the produce section, it's a whole different type of cherry.
Maraschino. Is that what it is, maraschino?
I know, I was going to say, I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right.
Okay, mariachi cherries. Okay, well, all right, we heard them out.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got that out.
I know, I am very glad you did.
It just showed an Amish carriage with a horse and it said share the road. So maybe we should stop into an Amish village and interview them for this podcast.
Wait, on this highway, there'd be Amish people crossing it randomly?
I guess so. It said share the road with the Amish.
Oh. Okay, that's cool. Someone just said F, 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 F. They said the F word multiple times, so they really mad. I wonder what they were mad about.
Oh, that's all they wrote?
Yeah, this person said, the gas station is so nasty. Men just think getting gas is an invitation to speak to me. Also, I hate public sinks, not toilets. Also, I hate public sinks. Wet, gross water all over the counter and stray paper towels on the floor makes me want to gag. So, first of all, there's multiple rants. When they go to the gas station, they're just annoyed how these men think it's an invitation to speak to them.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't relate to that, but like, I get why you're ranting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, we were just at a gas station and no one tried talking to us, but
And
we're
also,
not
like,
women.
that's why I love a good Casey's. Like, these new Casey's gas stations, I think that's only like a Midwest thing, but they are so nice. You will not have the problem at these gas stations, but I get when you go to these rundown-ass gas stations. Like the other day, we were getting a water bottle at this gas station, and the water bottle had all this brown liquid on the bottom, which I just told myself was soda from another drink above it, but like, I'm like, why is there brown liquid on my hands?
Oh man, yeah, after being at Come and Go and Casey's and stuff, I feel like these other gas stations need to actually step their game up.
I'm like, get their act together.
I know, like, I totally agree with you. Like some of these gas stations are so gross. Like, it's always just a stereotype that gas stations are disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting. And the bathroom is always horrid.
Yeah.
Horrid.
We might have to switch off. I'm holding the camera. My hand is so tired right now.
Okay. Let's take 5. It's kind of ironic we were just talking about gas stations because we just went into a gas station and both took a piss, so we experienced a bathroom in a gas station and just a gas station in general.
That gas station that we just went to is just some random gas station actually in the middle of nowhere. It was like clean.
Just so you guys know, Jacob's now driving if you're listening to the audio, just in case you want to visualize who's in the driver's seat, you know what I mean? And also, I'm holding the camera now and it's more at a lower angle because this feels more comfortable to me.
And we actually would just talk, you just randomly mentioned like Amish crossing, like there's gonna be people in wagons, and we literally once I turned the camera off, saw a wagon crossing the road, and it was over this big highway, 2 lanes on each side.
That was
A
hilarious.
beautiful sight to see.
It was just hilarious because we were talking about like, and also we were thinking it's funny, and also it's just kind of cool how like, there's this technology for motors and like even electric motors. Like there's all this technology of get places faster, but they still want to use a horse and a carriage. You know what I mean? Like even in the winter, that would suck. Like the wind blowing in your face and shit.
You'd have so much wind blowing.
But they just love it. But also, before we get into the rants, I did want to mention on this podcast, if there's any stylist people out there, I told Jacob I was going to mention this. If there's like a fashion girly who's in fashion college and you want to just, I don't know how much I would pay you, but like, I want to have someone like be my stylist. So DM me on Instagram, and like, I just want someone to pick out outfits for me, but I don't want to pick out like basic outfits. Like if you're just going to say like, oh, go to Urban Outfitters, don't even try it. Like I want to get like some kind of unique vibes going, but still cool. Like, let's get my fashion game up, you know? I'm ready to hire a stylist at this point in my life.
So
it'll probably be $5 in it? $5 per outfit?
I feel like it's kind of gonna be an under minimum wage job.
Yeah, it's gonna be illegal wages, but yeah, if anyone's down for that, just let me know.
So what you mean by that, just so if you are gonna include this in the podcast, you mean someone, because I guess when I picture a stylist, I picture someone like literally making clothes for you, but you mean someone that's gonna like pick actual outfits and then send you them and then you buy them.
Yeah,
that's
because
what you're saying?
I've actually wanted to just like step out of, like just get better outfits, and I've even tried this before on Fiverr.com, I'm pretty sure. It was Etsy or something, but it was somebody saying like, I will curate some outfits for you, and by that they just send me links of like a shirt, a pant, and like shoes that go with it, and then like they show it all in a photo together and say like, oh, this is where you buy it. And then like you pay them a fee to curate that, you know? But the person on Fiverr, I don't know if it was AI or what, but like it was just so basic. It was like, this is stuff that I would pick out. Like I want to do someone to elevate me, you know? And not even like anything crazy, just like, I feel like I could have cooler stuff. I just feel like it's time for like me to hire on a stylist for $5 a month, you know? I'm at that point in my life.
I know, yeah, because I'm not at that point in my life right now. I just don't feel it, but I'm glad that you reached that point.
Like imagine like you could style me for each podcast episode. So yeah, let's connect. All right, next rant. We are all, so I just picked the one that's about me because it had my name was in it, so I was like, oh, what do they have to rant about me? So this is kind of a hate comment towards me.
Yes.
We are all waiting for Lucas's response to why he can jump off the side of a building but not ride roller coasters. He was getting canceled in the comments big time, so it would be best for his PR if you can address this on the podcast. P.S. I work in PR, so I know what I'm talking about. So if you guys don't know, I did a video where I went to Vegas and I jumped off the stratosphere, jumped off the super tall skyscraper, strapped to the building in a jumpsuit. And a lot of people were annoyed because earlier in the video, we got free VIP club tickets, but to enter the club, we had to go on a packed elevator. And I said, hell no, I'm not going on a packed elevator. But they were like, girly, you're an irrational person. You won't go on an elevator, but then you jump off a building. Explain. And then in Jacob's theme park videos, there's a few people who are actually mad at me for not going on the roller coasters. Like, don't they always comment like, why does Lucas even go to these theme parks if he's just going to be a party pooper? But it's like, I don't...
It's not like there's so many people saying that, but have
yeah, and it's like, I enjoy going to theme parks and being in Jacob's videos, but I am going to not ride the roller coasters, and to some people it does, like, that's a deal breaker. Which I get, like, it does probably bring the vibe down.
Well, but then hanging out with people like Lucas at these amusement parks, I just realized that you're just the biggest cop store. Like, randomly you'd say, I'm actually going on this roller coaster, and I just have to realize, like, okay, you aren't like saying that for attention, you just think you might go on it, but you won't go on it.
Yeah, but then I will jump off the stratosphere, and I'll let you know why. Like, let me try to actually dig deep. I think it's because I've actually been on roller coasters before where, like, they have a technical issue and you're, like, kind of stuck in this harness for just literally, like, 5 minutes. It's not even annoying.
Yeah.
But with jumping off a building, like, I feel like that's more free because most likely you aren't going to get stuck halfway down. You know, it's just you. Like, I know I'm not really scared of dying on a roller coaster. I just don't want to be trapped in the buckle.
Yeah, I guess with this jumping off the sphere thing, or what is that?
The stratosphere.
Okay, but this is actually interesting if we're diving deep into it. But you didn't think about how you literally could get stuck in midair. Like they could randomly be like, oh, this rope isn't lubed up enough, it's stuck. Like, oh, did that not cross your mind? Because I could see where that you didn't think about.
Well, that did cross my mind, but I was like, oh, that's so rare. Whereas these roller coasters getting stuck are actually kind of not rare, right?
It seems like you see it more often, yeah. But then again, there's not as many jumping off building type places, so it would happen less often.
But somebody actually did DM me after Jacob's theme park videos, and they said, listen, I get it. Like, people have fears, but they were like, I just don't want you to miss out on roller coasters. And I actually do love roller coasters. My whole childhood I went on roller coasters, so I probably should get over it because even if I was stuck on a roller coaster for an hour upside down, worst case scenario, like, you live, you know? And it's just 1 hour of discomfort. Like, I can get through that.
Yeah, I think it's so weird. We've entered this new dimension where, why are we going on rides every other week? Literally yesterday, I went on like a roller coaster thing, and I feel like we've entered this new dimension where previously, like, from my ages of, let's just say, 16 to 22, I went on a roller coaster maybe once a year or twice a year, but we've entered this new dimension where I go on a roller coaster every other week.
I know, sure, you're a theme park boy now.
I do love it.
Okay, let's do a different one.
Okay, by the way, can we just give a big clap to adaptive cruise control? So cruise control is obviously sick. But then having adaptive cruise control, where if there's a car in front of you, it slows down, and it doesn't drive for you, but if you get off the lane, it beeps. Like, I just love it.
Oh, yeah, that does make road trips way easier.
The biggest climax.
Okay, next rant. Would I be an asshole if I were to tell my cousin that she looks her age?
Wait, so this cousin never says, like, this isn't even a rant, by the way.
I think it's gonna go in on the cousin.
Okay.
I have a cousin that's in her 40s. She is genuinely delusional when it comes to how old she looks. 40 isn't old, but 40 and 20 usually look different, even in terms of mannerism. She just looks 40-ish, which is fine. I think she must think 40 looks way older, which is why she thinks she looks younger. She obsessively tells stories about people thinking she looks young, and in these stories, it's never that they mistake her for like 30. She claims they mistake her for 18 to 22, sometimes younger. Anyways, do I need to reality check her, or do I just let her live in the delusion?
Okay, so
this is interesting.
Because, to give this cousin the benefit of the doubt, so with aging and people looking different, let's just use the age 25, for example. It is interesting because what if she's hanging out, like, what if I was 25 and I'm hanging out with a bunch of people that are 25 that, like, look more rough, you know? So then I would always think, people might say, you look the youngest out of these people, but we're all the same age. Like, what if this person is hanging out with these 40-year-olds that are a little bit more rough?
Oh,
so then
yeah.
compared to her, it's like she actually does look like a 20-year-old. But then it makes me realize, like, people don't know what people look like at certain ages. I feel like people think that, let's say you're 38, you're gonna look like you're elderly, but most people that are 38 don't. Like they don't look old. But, like, because when we picture old people, you know how stereotypically we picture gray hair and, like, wrinkles or whatever, but, like, people, I feel like I realize that, I think people think that you look old when you turn 29 or something.
Yeah. But that is funny,
people,
this cousin or whatever, saying that people even mistake her for being younger than 18 or 22. It's like she literally looks like a 14-year-old.
Okay, but yeah, with this story, I kind of feel like maybe just let her live in the delusion.
Yeah, I feel like she must have, from the way you're describing it seems like she has some sort of complex about aging and stuff, so I guess just let her live in her little coping mechanisms, but to me it does sound annoying being around a person who does that.
Oh, no, that's the thing, is like, if I was with someone they always mentioned that, like...
Because it just seems like they're too hyper-focused on age.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like if I always said, oh my gosh, even though I'm 24, people always think I'm 14.
Yeah, or like
it's just annoying being around those people because it's too much of a hypofixation.
I know even those people who it's kind of opposite and they say, I'm so fucking old. Once they turn like 27 and they're always talking about being old and shit, that is annoying too.
Oh, like for example, if I was hanging out with Lucas and he turned 30 and he would always say, okay, my back hurts, so I can't do anything. Those people are just annoying because, okay, I know there's such thing as back issues. I've literally had that before. But I'm just saying, I just don't like those people that act like it's going to change your whole life turning a certain age.
Oh no, literally. Okay, this one's about driving and we're driving right now. I can't fucking handle the amount of incompetent drivers on the road. Why aren't people using their signals properly? Plus, what is wrong with having a sweet treat every now and then from the same place? I go to the same donut place to get a donut when I'm feeling off, and this girl who worked there was so mean to me about it. Like, leave me alone.
Oh, like they acted like it was weird?
I guess so. On a real note, I can't deal with the state of the world at the moment, and I keep seeing everything unfold on my phone, so I've deleted social media because it's too much to watch. Anyway, love you, Pookies.
Okay, so,
so that was a lot wrapped in one.
So with the whole thing of the donut shop worker, I get this because yesterday we were at this thing, and when we left, they said, you guys did that fast. And I'm done with people throwing micro shade like that.
I know, and the thing is, I think these people, they don't know. Like, I feel like that donut shop worker, she probably thinks it's their fun little inside joke. She probably thinks, LOL, you're back again. Oh, you're back so soon? Oh, let me guess, you want another donut. You always come here to eat donuts. Like, in her mind, the worker, she's probably like, this is our little thing. We're having so much fun. But then this girl like doesn't like it. That's what's so weird.
I know, because the donut shop worker isn't trying to throw micro shade, but it just is happening.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of like,
really
I get it. Like, you don't want to just, I get it. Like, you're being forced to participate in this inside joke that you don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, and that does suck. Now with the incompetent drivers thing, the turning signal thing, that is annoying. I get it.
Oh yeah, no, because people think they're too cool to use. I feel like there's a lot of people who think I've been driving enough, I don't have to use turning signals anymore, and it's like, you still gotta.
Okay, because isn't the whole point to give safety to others?
But you know, some people think they're past it. I think that's a lot of people think they've grown past it, and I don't know if you're allowed to grow past that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here's my rant. I'm tired of going to a spa or hair salon and dealing with the girls telling me I need to get buccal fat removal and that I'm gross. Like, please just do the service I'm paying for and shut the fuck up and let me be in peace.
Okay, this
Is
sounds
this real?
annoying because...
Wait, you go to a hair salon and they're telling you to get a facial surgery?
But then again, I don't really get facials, but I could see a little, like, I got a facial at this one place and they're like, okay, you should do this, this, this. Like, have you ever experienced that or no?
I mean, I know when we went on those cruises, when I read the reviews, people said, don't go in the spa. They try to upsell you on the non-surgical facelift and stuff, so... But like, that's crazy. That's odd, but that does suck being told you need to get buccal fat removal.
I know, every time you get your hair done, like, that's just so uncomfortable.
I remember I watched this back when buccal fat removal was really trending and everyone was saying, every celebrity has it. I remember I watched some YouTube video of a plastic surgeon talking about it, and they said it's such a stupid thing to get because it takes fat out of your face. And like, as you get older, you naturally lose fat in your face, so why are you taking it out early?
So then when you get older, you're gonna have no fat in your face?
Yeah, when like, you already lose fat, so like, but you're just taking it out early. It's like kind of prematurely aging yourself, I guess?
Yeah. But okay, so is buccal fat renewal a new thing or no? Like, was it actually invented 2 years ago?
No, I think it's always been a thing, but that's just when it really trended because a lot of people got it at the same time or something?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do people be clapping when the airplane lands? I've actually never experienced this, really.
So when the airplane lands, people get up and clap?
I've heard other people mentioning this, but I don't know if it's just the airlines I've been on or the specific routes. I've never really experienced that, have we? Do you think of a time?
I feel like I probably have, like, maybe, not recently,
I think I kind of remember, like, 1 or 2 rows trying to make it a thing, but no one else joined.
We were on a plane recently where the flight attendant did funny stuff. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that is an art form that has been lost. When I first started flying, when I was like 15, 16, back then, airline flight attendants were more of stand-up comedians. They'd always be doing jokes. I remember one time they even did a little mini lottery during the plane just to make it fun. Like they said, if you want to join, give $1 and write your name on it. Or it was like, just give $1 and then you get a slip or something. And then they did a thing where somebody won all the money. I don't know if they had to stop doing that because that's illegal gambling or something. But like, I swear they used to have more fun with it.
I know. I feel like the people that own these flights, that's the only, like the airlines, they told all the flight attendants, you can't be joking because people are sensitive. Like, no, I want them to be joking, being like when turbulence happens. It'd be funny if they said, oh my my gosh, I think the pilot. Like, it'd just be funny when they joke.
Because I've actually had a flight attendant before where when we were taking off, they said, "We're about to take off, hug your loved ones."
That's
like,
just
it's fun,
funny.
yeah. But I think this might be something that social media ruined and the Ellen show, because it might have been more of a casual, funny thing, but then people started becoming a flight attendant to get discovered to go on the Ellen show, and it sort of made it cringy to do it.
Yeah, I think people started thinking like they're gonna get like hired for the Barbie movie, and it's too stressful to do that now because people think like, oh, so like you're gonna trying to become the next Margot Robbie, and it's just it's awkward because like I don't know, I want to be her, but like I don't know.
And it used to literally just be for fun. Like the vibe used to be, I'm with a few hundred people and we're in a tube. Let's make this fun. But then it became into trying to get brand deals from it.
It kind of goes to the B.O.B. lyric. Remember when he talks about that? He talks about rapping and he says something like, but like, do you remember back in the days when like we just were rapping for the hell of it, but now do you remember that lyric? Back in the day we were rapping for the hell of it. Now we're rapping to sell. Now we're rapping to stay relevant.
Oh.
What? Oh, and I wish that we could all make some paper out of airplanes. If I could see airplanes
in the night sky.
No, but it goes back to like, B.O.B. is like, remember when we were just rapping for the hell of it? But now we're rapping to stay relevant. Like, it's like the flight attendants. You remember we were saying these jokes just for fun, but now we're saying these jokes to stay relevant.
It also reminds me of the Nicki lyric. We got the money, I tripled and then quadrupled it. But I just miss us when we was just on some stupid shit.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, the flight attendants, they got the money, they doubled it, and then they're like, holy shit, people like this. They quadrupled the money from telling these jokes in the air. But then at a certain point, it's like, but I kind of miss them. You're just doing it for some stupid shit.
I know, and it is a tough thing to crack.
Okay.
The whole clapping one is funny though, because the people clapping are just trying to have fun, but then you go, that's like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, next rant. People who like EDM and raving think they're so niche and unique, but it's literally the most mainstream thing ever at this point.
Oh, okay. This kind of goes into like I feel like people would like mention a musician and be like, yeah, like no one really knows about them, and they say Charlie XCX, and it's like, well, yeah, I don't know who she is.
Oh yeah,
I actually have never experienced that, but I just picture people.
Yeah, I never have been around these ravers who are like think they're so unique, but like that would be annoying if like they're like, have you heard about raving and EDM? And it's like, we all heard the Chainsmokers, you know?
Yeah.
But they think that they just discovered it.
But then again, like, yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna do this thing called a foam party, and they're like, I think it's new, but it's like people have been having foam parties for a while now.
So this goes into what I was saying about the flight one about clapping. Like, it sounds like you just want to rain on someone's parade.
I know.
But I also get what you're saying.
Basically just mad, yeah, like you just don't want someone to have fun.
Okay.
I'm 36 weeks pregnant and everyone keeps asking me how I'm feeling, and it's just really annoying at this point. Like, I feel mostly fine, except I'm tired and my body hurts. I'm super anxious about giving birth, and I also will have to find a new job pretty quickly after. And it's always straight white cis men, and I'm like, you've never done this and you still don't get it. Like, I don't care if you've watched your wife go through pregnancy 19 times and now you're a Duggar. You don't get it. So stop asking how I feel or if I'm having morning sickness. Also, what the fuck happened in fucking September during my first trimester? It doesn't happen now. And stop telling me to get an epidural, and also stop talking about how getting to hold my baby, and to be honest, and also stop talking about how you hate your kids. Why did you even have them? I'm just really annoyed by this.
Okay, so when
I
you're
love
pregnant,
a good pregnant rant.
Yeah, when you're pregnant, I feel like it's such like it's like, yeah, like people are like very caring and stuff. I feel like some people are for pregnant people. So then I feel like it would become annoying after months of being pregnant. All these people saying, how do you feel? Like, we've all experienced, it's kind of annoying when 5 people in 10 minutes go up to you and say, how are you feeling?
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
for
okay,
sure.
that obviously is annoying.
But then when you're around a pregnant person, like, and you haven't seen them in a while, you do want to ask about it, because I want to be like, oh, like, obviously I don't want to pretend I'm not. Like, I feel like they want me to ask, but then maybe they don't.
Yeah, and then I always do want to ask, like, what's your pregnancy craving? And I know this person would think that's so annoying.
And I always do want to know. Then I say, okay, let's make it kick. So can we play really loud music on the earphones and shove it into like the stomach, you know?
And then I always ask when I see a pregnant person, can I be in the doctor's room too and watch it?
Oh, can I videotape it?
I'm
And
gonna
I
video.
always say, just one glass of wine is fine. But yeah, no, I get it. Like, if I was pregnant, I feel like I would just be in a bad mood the whole time.
Yeah, and also for your thing, it seems like you're mostly mad at these cis white men, straight, whatever, because they haven't experienced it. So that would be even more annoying because these people are trying to feel bad for you, and so many of them haven't even ever been pregnant. It just would be annoying after a while, I feel.
No, I totally get it. You're valid.
Well, we've kind of already ranted about this, but I have another rant because I keep driving through it. Road construction. No, okay, I'm totally for, like, we should keep the infrastructure going. We pay tax money so the infrastructure is good. But have you guys ever noticed this? Most of the time, no one's even walking.
Oh, yeah, is it all fake?
No, yeah, so then it leads to this question of, wait, so they did this just for a joke then? I don't get it.
I do feel like most road work is a joke. It's like, I don't know, I think it's because we pay so much tax money to roads that the mayor or whoever's doing this, they need to look like they're doing stuff, but they're just pocketing the money. So they just put all these road work signs and these cones up, but yeah, no one's here.
That's what I feel like. They put all these cones up and they keep it up for months. And okay, so let's say the cones are up for 100 days. People are only working on it for 20 days. And they keep them up because they need to fill up their quotas of, we need to spend this much money.
Yeah.
And so it just is, I think a lot of it might be fake. I'm not sure though.
Because next year they're going to want to say, so unfortunately, because of the prices of everything, we're going to have to get even more of the taxes will have to go towards roads. And they'd say, well, look at last year. We already can't pay for all this shit. So they just have to keep it going.
Yeah. And it's I always have noticed they do the same road over and over. And it's like, I don't know about this. I feel like it's some propaganda stuff.
Somebody wrote on the rant form, this isn't even a rant, but they said, y'all's names are my bank password. So the next question is like, what's your email though?
We're gonna hack it.
I'm gonna hack that shit and transfer it all to myself.
It'd be so funny if they went to their bank account and it said $500 missing. And it was just us because we're the only people that know right now.
I know it like, oh, did we have their email from this form?
Maybe.
Oh my God, I might have to try all the different major banks.
I would want to look, because I just want to know how much money you guys have. You know, like, I just am curious. I want to know.
I'm sick of straight men looking gay. By looking gay, I just mean they dress with style and wear like jewelry or piercings or really coordinating outfits. And also they seem to have better hygiene now too. It makes life too confusing because now I just think every man is gay because I feel like the alt-indie vibe is just gay without actually sucking dick. Please can straight men stop having style so I can actually find gay people. My culture is not your costume.
Okay, so you don't like how straight men are getting hygiene and stuff.
Yeah, like they're even, not only are they dressing good, but like they're starting to take showers more often, so it's just throwing everything off.
So to validate what you're saying, I'm not completely sure, but I feel like it is true that more straight men are starting to do more stereotypical gay things. I feel like that definitely is true.
Do we always copy the fashion from Europe? Because I remember when I was like, I don't know when this was, like when I was a teenager, I remember I always was weirded out by British guys or just European guys because I was like, y'all seem gay because they wear short shorts and stuff. But then you know how now in America, all like straight men wear short shorts? Like, yeah. But I feel like, is that a thing? Are we always just a little bit behind Europe fashion or something? Because I even think like European guys, I picture them to like do their hair better and like smell better. And then like now that's American guys are starting to do that. So it's sort of like everyone just seems gay or something.
I know part of me thinks that is true because like what you were saying about yeah, like I feel like people style their hair more now, these men, and like maybe it is just European culture being infiltrated here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, I guess there's nothing we can do if everyone's gonna choose to shower, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is something where it's like I wish I could do something to solve it, but I think it might just be the way.
Yeah. Why are millennials and Gen Z so upset with each other when they practically are one in the same? We pretty much all went through the same eras and struggles from vintage shopping to recession. I think we should band together and serve cringe to Gen X and boomers until they give in and just let us take over. They're cooking us and we're just trying to serve.
Okay, so
there were some other ones too about like the millennial Gen Z war.
So the whole thing of I think they kind of touched on about there's not even like I kind of like that is so much truth to like there's not even that much different between these generations. Like you versus like these people grew up with the internet still, like from the 80s and 90s, kind of, you know?
Yeah, and it's also funny. I think the fact, like the act of naming generations makes them want to hate each other, because if there was no generational names, I feel like everyone would just be like the same thing. But couldn't you see if millennials were one way, Gen Z like wants to rebel against everything against them?
And then with
like they're
news, and then with media and stuff, I feel like they make it a whole other thing saying, for example, this would be an article. Why Gen Z is doing this way better than millennial, but it's like, it's just a lie. Like it's not a lie, but it's just one of those things where it's like, is it really that different though?
Oh, for sure. No, I feel like that is the thing.
But I kind of do think this whole thing that these people are talking about, I think it's personally fake. I don't really think there's that many people that are mad about it, right?
Oh, yeah, it seemed like kind of a fake
just like
TikTok
a comedy thing, I thought.
Yeah, it's like a fake TikTok thing.
The first time
to get
I
attention, you know?
Yeah, the first time I heard about this, and I think everyone, was the whole skinny jean thing.
Oh, yeah, and I remember you told me there was some article that said Jennifer Lawrence bravely steps out in millennial socks.
Oh, yeah, so that's another, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just all these things. Like, no one knows what sock length to wear. Do we do side bangs? Are we doing middle parts? What jeans are we wearing, guys? What shirts are we wearing? What are we doing? You know?
Yeah, because it is true, there's not that much different, and also,
but I do think that
people that are actually mad about it, I don't really get why you would be mad.
Yeah, I think it's just people who need something to be mad about.
That's
us we're doing a rant episode to create stuff to be mad about.
Yeah.
Too. So I get it, it's just fun.
Yeah, it's part of the whole circle of life.
It's fun living in anger. So, is that it then?
Yeah, I do feel like a little bit more inspired, because I feel like from these I feel more inspired of like, we should all voice our opinion and stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel after listening to
And I
these
do agree
tweets.
with them. Like, if everybody just became so cringe and we refused to stop, then we would just take over. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
There'd be no stopping anyone.
People need to stop trying to act cool and just be embarrassing poop people.
Well, on that note, we wish you all the best. Smile, because you let all the anger out.
Yay!